Okay, hi again, everybody. It's been a while since I did one of these, so I figured I got this pretty cool job that I'm working on here. I figured I'd make a quick video on it. What we've got going on is I was asked by a local craftsman and a friend of mine to make a sign for his business, and he wanted it as an outdoor sign, obviously out of wood, and we're going to do some cool details to it, but he said it just had to be 36 inches long and size. So I took his logo and sent it down and had a template made up of his logo so that I could get it to that size that he asked for. So what we're doing, and I think this is going to look pretty cool. I wasn't given a lot of instructions, just make it look cool. So I think this is going to look good. What we're doing is, you can see this is his logo. It's for TNT Custom Fire Pokers, and he makes some really cool stuff. You should go and check him out. He's got a Facebook page, Instagram page, and he makes really cool fire pokers and grill sets and indoor fireplace sets and things like that. But what we're going to do is, I didn't want to go with just a basic painted sign, and I certainly don't have enough money for an expensive CNC machine, but you can still get that CNC carved out look without having to use an actual CNC machine. It's a little more time consuming, but you can get pretty nice results with it. So what we're going to do is, I'm using my grandfather's old chisels, different shapes, curved tips, and we're going to come along here and we're going to carve out all the lettering. So what I've done is I've run a mark with the chisel all the way along the edge line. I transferred his logo to the wood, and what I'm doing now, you can see I've got the C cut out, and after everything's said and done, I'll come back in here. This is just the rough in right now. I'll come in and I'll clean everything out. But we're going to use a combination of the chisels, my Dremel tool, and my trim router, which is, where the hell is it? It's over there somewhere. There it is. So we're going to use the trim router when we get into the larger details, like in here. But right now, with the small lettering, we're going to go real slow and use the Dremel tool. Now, I've chosen cedar because it's a nice outdoor wood. It's going to be painted anyways, but I wanted a nice outdoor wood so it'll last a good long time. Now, with the cedar, it's a little bit harder than pine, obviously. So to achieve the depth, I want 3/8 of an inch depth in here, because I really want these letters to stand out and the details to stand out. So I've chosen 3/8 of an inch depth. It's 1 inch thick wood. So we're going to have to do a couple of passes here. But right now what I'm doing is I'm just roughing it in on the first pass, and I'll come back and I'll go over it again after I've adjusted my depth to the 3/8 of an inch, and I'll make the final pass. As I go, I'm doing one letter at a time. So once I get done with that letter, I'll just rough in a little bit area around it. I'll come back, I'll continue all my guidelines with the chisels, get the lines perfectly straight the way I want them, and then I'll just carve out everything around it. So I'll show you what that looks like. So what we're going to do, it needs a lot of light in here, and I always put on my magnifiers because it just makes it a lot easier for me to see. I have no problem seeing up close, but when you're doing detail work like this, you really want to be specific. One of these headlights may look a little silly. Damn thing works, and it works great. So thank you, Sherry. So I'm going to take our router, my Dremel tool, set up basically with a router bit, get my lights adjusted, and what I'm doing is I've made a simple pass right through the middle, because I don't want to try and get up close with the detail yet. You'll see smoke in here because it does heat up pretty good. But what we're going to do is you go in afterwards and clean it out. And as you're cleaning it out and you get closer up to your lines and your layout lines, you're not going to see any burn marks or anything like that. So, first things first. Gonna come in here, make sure you're steady. And since you're gonna be working with gaps, like this can fall inside and tilt very easily because you don't have anything holding it to support it on the other side. That's why we're doing one letter at a time. We're going real slow. So what we're doing is we're going to steady it on the back side where we know we've got good solid stock. Less of a chance for it to tip in and mess up your lines. So we're going to go nice and slow. Okay, now that we made our initial channel, we'll come back. And go right up to our edge line. Okay, now if you go really slow, obviously, because you don't want to get too close in on your guidelines. And what you'll see is that you can accomplish a really nice sharp line without the use of a CNC machine. Obviously, the size of this sign, it's going to take some time. But I think it's going to look pretty good when it's done. So it'll be a while before this one's finished up. But stay tuned. Just wanted to give you a quick preview of what we're working on here. And I'll show you the finished product when it's all done. Thanks for watching.